She didn't say hello. There was no softness in her voice, no checking in, no pause to see if I was sitting or standing or even listening. Just momentum, a life already in motion, dragging my name behind it like an outdated label. "We're leaving tomorrow," she said. "Your beach house has already been sold. Bye." The line stayed open for half a second, long enough for her to feel efficient, decisive. I imagined her pulling the phone away from her ear, already reaching for something else, keys, papers, another call. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't rush. "But you forgot one thing," I said. There it was, the first break in her rhythm. "What are you talking about?" she asked, sharper now, alert. I laughed, not loudly, not cruelly, just enough that it surprised even me. Because the house she sold was actually not hers to sell. The beach house had always been misunderstood. People imagined white curtains, laughter, summer chaos. For me, it was quieter. Early mornings, the sound of water hitting the rocks with the patience of something that knows it will outlast you. It was the only place where my thoughts didn't race ahead of me. When her father and I bought it, we didn't call it an investment. We called it insurance. Not financial, emotional, a place to land if things went wrong. Things did go wrong, slowly, then all at once. After the divorce, the house became mine in conversation, but not in the way ownership usually works. It was still shared in theory, burdened in practice. I paid for repairs, I handled the taxes, I kept the keys. When my daughter grew older, she began referring to it as the family place. Then, without asking, my future place. I noticed. I didn't stop her. That's the part I don't excuse myself from. Entitlement doesn't arrive wearing arrogance. It grows quietly, fed by silence. The first time she brought friends without telling me, I swallowed it. The second time she redecorated a room, I told myself it was harmless. When she started talking about renovation potential, I smiled and changed the subject. She was building a life. I didn't want to be an obstacle. Somewhere along the way, my permission became irrelevant. On that phone call, when she told me the house was sold, what struck me wasn't the audacity, it was the certainty. The way she spoke as if the conclusion had always been obvious, as if I were just a name on a document she assumed she understood. She didn't hang up after my laughter. "What do you mean?" she repeated, slower this time. I leaned back in my chair. The room around me felt very still. No shaking hands, no rush of blood in my ears, just a clear, steady awareness. "I mean," I said, "you sold something that was never yours to sell." She scoffed. I could hear it, a familiar sound, dismissive, protective. "Mom, please, we already signed. The buyers wired the deposit." "That's unfortunate," I replied. "For them." Silence stretched. Not dramatic, just uncomfortable. "You're being dramatic," she said finally. "Dad left it to you. You always said it would be mine someday." "Yes," I said. "Someday is not today." Another pause, shorter now, tighter. "You wouldn't do this," she said. "Not now." I didn't answer. Because this wasn't about doing something to her, it was about not undoing myself any further. Years earlier, when my lawyer suggested setting up a trust, I resisted. "It feels cold," I said, "like I don't trust my own family." He didn't argue, he just explained. "Protection isn't punishment," he told me, "it's clarity." So the house went into a living trust, my name, my terms, transferable only upon my death or with my direct consent. No loopholes, no assumptions. I filed the documents and forgot about them. Apparently, everyone else did too. Her voice changed when reality began to seep in. "I'll have them call you," she said. "This is ridiculous." "Of course," I replied. She hung up. I didn't feel victorious. I felt tired and strangely light. The call from the attorney came 2 hours later, polite, controlled, confused. There had been a mistake, he said, a serious one. I confirmed the trust. I emailed the documentation. I didn't embellish. I didn't explain motives. Facts were enough. By the end of the call, the sale was frozen, the deposit flagged, the buyers notified. Authority didn't arrive with sirens or raised voices. It arrived with forms, timestamps, and an apology that wasn't meant for me. She didn't call back that day, or the next. When she finally did, her voice was unfamiliar, careful, measured. They said it's not valid, she said. No accusation, no apology, just a statement. That's correct. You could have told me earlier. I thought about that. I could have, I said. You could have asked. Silence again, heavier this time. What happens now? She asked. That depends, I said, on what you think should happen. She didn't answer. We didn't resolve anything that week, or the next. The house remains unsold, quiet, waiting. Our relationship shifted, not dramatically, but definitively. Conversations became shorter, less confident, more cautious. I didn't reclaim the house out of spite. I reclaimed myself. There was no revenge in it, no speech, no lesson delivered, just a boundary finally made visible. Sometimes I still go to the beach house alone. I sit on the steps and listen to the water. It sounds the same as it always did, patient, unconcerned with ownership. I don't know what will happen to the house when I'm gone. I haven't decided. What I do know is this: entitlement thrives where silence lives, and autonomy, once earned, doesn't need to shout. It only needs to be recognized.